Hello and welcome back to the International Builder Show. We are here in the Westlake Royal Building Products booth. My name is Heidi Ellsworth, and I have to tell you, this show is pretty phenomenal. And we are able to interview subject matter experts, superheroes as I called them the last thing, from across the industry. And one of them, who I am so excited to see again, we also chatted last year, is Mike Berger with LBM Journal. Hello.
Hi, it's great to see you again.
It's so great to see you. A whole year has gone by.
I know. Very quickly.
Very quickly. Very quickly. Well, let's start with an introduction. If you
Sure.
could introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your journal.
Sure. Well, my name's Mike Berger. I'm the senior editor at LBM Journal. LBM stands for Lumber and Building Materials.
Love it.
And our readership is primarily that, the owners and the staff of lumber yards across the country.
Your brand is so iconic. I
Well,
love
thank you.
LBM Journal. Growing up in this industry, I've seen it. I've always looked up to what you guys is your information, what you bring to the construction industry and to the lumber yards.
Thank you.
So tell us kind of what are some of the hot topics that you are covering right now in the LBM Journal, especially around this show?
Well, a topic that is really at the forefront of everyone's mind right now is resiliency.
Yes.
In the wake of such horrible, horrible incidents like the hurricanes and storms earlier in the year and the devastating fires in California,
Yeah.
it's got a lot of people thinking about what is going to be the most durable, the most resilient, the most fire protectant product that we
Right.
can put on our homes.
That's so true, and we're seeing that. I mean, especially from our flagship of RoofersCoffeeShop up to all of our sites. That is number one. How do we keep everything on the roof? How do we keep the building safe? And what does that look like? Especially when you start adding insurance and all the changes with insurance that's going on.
Yes, it really has changed the face of how people think about the entire segment of roofing.
Yes,
It's no
it
longer
does.
just a matter of changing a profile.
Right.
It's redefining an entire product category.
Yeah. And it's all about the system.
Yes.
How are you putting the system together? It's just not one product. We all
Right.
have to kind of collaborate.
It's not just a shingle, it's the underlayment, it's the ice and water, it's the entire protective family of products
Yes.
that people are looking at right now.
Now, I know we're only halfway through the first day, but anything that is standing out that you're kind of excited about?
Well, I am excited about the metal roofing that I've seen at Westlake Royal.
Yeah.
I know that they are a finalist for the most innovative building product,
Yes,
which is
unified
really,
steel.
really exciting.
Yes.
The product itself is it's visually very appealing, but what it brings to the home as far as protection goes
Yeah.
is just wonderful.
Well, it's one of the things I love about stone-coated steel too is obviously can come in so many different profiles, but for people who really want that asphalt look, they can still kind of get it, but with the protection of steel.
Right, and I think that's what makes that product such a great marriage, is that you're getting the aesthetic of a traditional architectural shingle,
Yes.
but you're getting the protection of the metal, the
Right.
stone-coated metal.
The stone-coated metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, and stone-coated metal has been around for quite a while, but it's really finding its place. It seems like
It is.
It's just kind of one of those that's taking off.
Yeah, it is. I used to live right at the first tee off of a golf course.
Oh.
And I had a traditional metal roof on my home, and every once in a while you'd hear those errant golf balls come dinging down the roof.
Yeah.
What's great about the stone coating is that it hides those impacts, those little imperfections that would normally stand out,
Yeah.
vanish away. And I think that's such a great aesthetic benefit.
I do too. So one of the things that we see obviously in lumber yards across the United States or everywhere is they are very diversified.
Yes.
They have products across the board. And I think one of the things that brings LBM and Westlake together is the fact that Westlake has so much to offer, from their stone to their outdoor living to their roofing. It really does kind of cover the whole exterior gamut.
It really does, and I think in today's building environment, that's really important.
Yeah.
So many crews are working with diminished numbers of people.
Yes.
When you can offer the entire gamut of product, from the roof all the way down the structure of the building. You're saving a builder time.
Yeah.
And that
exactly.
is really important. When they've got to do more with fewer people, anything that an LBM dealer can do to make their lives simpler is going to be really important.
It is. You're so right. And to really be able to, talking to the product managers here, talking to the technical folks at Westlake, that is a focus, is sustainability, but also making that application so much easier.
Yes.
And because the labor shortage is there. And if we don't change,
it's not going away.
No.
I mean, as much as we might wish it's going to improve, it's not showing any great leaps forward.
Right.
We have to be proactive in helping the crews that we have continue to do the best jobs that they can.
Yes, exactly. So much. So as you've been looking around a little bit, I'm also always interested in technologies, new technologies.
Mm-hmm.
I've been seeing some robots. I've been seeing some different things out there. Anything in particular for your readership and that you've been covering around the technology side that has piqued your interest?
You know, I haven't had a lot of time yet to really delve into the technology side of things.
It's only half day.
Right. But something, and I don't think people think of it as technology, but improvements in things like flashing tapes.
Yes.
There are code requirements where the inspectors have to ensure that so many nails or screws are driven into your window framing in order to hold that window in place.
Yeah.
But the flashing tape covers that up.
Yeah.
So oftentimes those inspectors have to come back and peel back tape.
Yes.
So now we're seeing things like clear flashing tape. And that doesn't sound on the surface like such a technological advancement, but it's huge.
It is.
Because now all of a sudden an inspector can come in and visually see, oh, this is all installed correctly.
Yeah.
That's
Clear
a big deal.
Flashing tape. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And you have to kind of be in the trades to think
really
that's
appreciate
cool.
that. Yeah, I know.
But that is really, really cool. Wow, that's so. So as you are what's some of your plans over the next day, 2 days, because we're at half of the first day. Over the next 2 days, what are some of the things that you want to see around the show and experience? What's on your list?
Well, definitely technology.
Yeah.
That is a big one for us. Any of the new innovative building products. There's a whole slew of them out there that have been nominated this year. Definitely want to stop by those booths and see what they've got going on. But anything new, those game-changing products, and they don't have to be big.
Right.
They can be small little items, but they can make such a huge difference to an LBM dealer who's trying to best serve their customers. So anything that we can see.
So one of the things we saw this morning out at the Tapco Tools booth out in the show village was they now have, they call it Tapco tape, and it's like a tape measure that comes down, so as they're bending the metal,
Yes.
they automatically have a tape measure there. Okay, that's innovative.
Yeah, it really is.
Time saving, huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of impressed with that. And clear flashing, those are my two favorite things so far.
You know, the show village itself is such a unique opportunity to see so many interesting products in context.
Yes, as they're there. So as you're looking forward to the 2025, I mean, I can't believe we're almost through first quarter, if we can believe that. What are some of the things that you are looking to cover, some of the top, along with weather that we already talked about, but just kind of look into the future. What do you see for 2025?
What I see is a real desire of the remodel in place movement. You're not seeing necessarily as much new home construction, but you're seeing the remodeling. We're staying home. We're taking advantage of what we have, and that's where I see things like roofing products, for example, as being a really strong player.
Yeah.
That's a big deal, and I think we're going to see a continuation of that trend throughout the entire year, a real refocus on remodeling.
You know, that makes me kind of excited.
I think so.
We've been doing it on our house, so I think it is, and I agree with you 100%. That's something we're looking at too, and talking to those contractors about differentiating their business, because if things get slow in one place, they're remodeling, and things are happening. Right.
We can keep our fingers crossed that the new home market is going to rebound, and we all hope that that does happen. But at least I think there's that silver lining of the remodeling industry that can really, really help.
I love that.
Yeah.
Mike, thank you so much.
Well, thank you. It's always a pleasure.
It's such a pleasure, and we'll look forward to seeing you again next year.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
And thank you all for watching. This is the kind of stuff we're bringing to you so you can hear what's going on and all the great stuff that's happening at the International Builders Show. We'll be back.